So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here, it really is.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Gerrard. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. This might spell danger. They're urging him to shoot. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. That pass has been well intercepted. Lee Kang in, shapes to shoot! There it is! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Header! And needless to say, that deserved better.
A wonderful ball to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
And it's Del Piero.
Oh, really well played.
He's found a way through. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, this is...
Del Piero! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Lee Kang in is onto it in a flash. Now it's Del Piero. A probing pass. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Tries from distance. Into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Manchester have found chances hard to come by, so that's perfectly understandable.
Can he get it through? Oh, Red, nice interception. That'll be a throw. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Nicely weighted ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Can he finish? And no mistake. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Stylish in the extreme. A delicious goal.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Pumas are sitting pretty. He's gone for goal! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Engages and forces him off the ball.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that pass isn't the best. So, a temporary halt to the action. How was the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Substitution in progress.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Tries to play it through. It's a promising position. And the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Xavi. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Now it's Vieri. Rabiot.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Pumas Unam clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And here's Del Piero! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
Pumas find a position of real strength now. And it's Xavi. Zanetti looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Gerrard. 75 minutes played. Robson. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
He's had it taken off him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Looking to play him in. That has been cut short. Showing good feet. Gerrard! Nicely aimed pass. He's a sharp little ball here. He's having a hit! Well, now it's a race for the
2
ball.
added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Here's a shot! A whisker away from making it 4. So that's it. It is all over. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Your reflections then, Jim?
Just a
Well,
quick
Peter,
reminder
I
today,
really couldn't
please
see
refrain
what this
from
team
talking
was trying to
outside this
achieve,
stadium.
whether it's the
Thank
manager's
you very
message
much
not
for your
getting through
cooperation.
or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on
Hello,
a beautiful,
everybody,
clear
and
evening.
welcome to
The
today's
conditions
match.
contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful. Dembele really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Threads one in. He's a sharp hit of ball here. Can he finish? Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Fernandez. Dembele. Xavi. So we're still where we started right now. Looking for a runner. And he was quick to react. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Messi. Not the most accurate pass. Zanetti. Del Piero. And Del Piero! Against the crossbar. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, super ball! Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Pumas have broken through. It's 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence and all...
Del Piero!
Manchester really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Fernandez. Del Piero. Del Piero! Oh, it's come off the upright. Camavinga now looking to orchestrate a counter.
Pumas Unam really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Cannavaro cuts out the pass. Pumas have got it back and they'll have another go. Tries to play it through.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Oh, good take in a good area.
There will be 1 minute.
And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Fernandez. Ball played for Dembele. And he's picked out the run. And it's half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's it for the first half and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And so the action is resumed.
Manchester really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Dembele. Xavi takes a shot. Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that is a little undercooked. And it's Gerrard. Lee Kang in. Now it's Vieri! Superb from Vieri! About as smooth as it gets. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Pumas are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulder.
He's going for goal! Oh, crossbar! It's a searching pass. Howson makes the interception. That's a lovely, neat pass. Del Piero! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Pumas appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
75 minutes played. That has ended up in no man's land.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Decent chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, he's done so well then. Almost the perfect link-up. There was a split second there for the perfect finish too. Shame he didn't take it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Del Piero shoots! Alessandro Del Piero! Another ice-cool goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they are disappearing out of sight. A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
That was magnificent.
Takes a shot! And somehow he kept it out. I was just lacking in accuracy. And here's Del Piero.
2 added minutes has been
Can he get it
indicated.
through? Rabiot. Oh, easy pickings there. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise
Hello,
of a
everybody,
match that
and
will
welcome
really
to
get the
today's
juices
match.
flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this player, Lee Kang-in, is someone I'll be watching out for, Peter. He's a wonderful crosser of the ball, very good in dead ball situations too, and he has that sweet left foot. But he has the intelligence to drop inside and play a number 10 role also, and he does most of the damage when he's allowed to occupy those little half spaces, especially against sides who drop that bit deeper.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so goes for a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass somewhat off target. But that has not gone well. Xavi. Searching passes played there. Saliba. And he's intervened well there. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Manchester clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Dorgu clears without hesitation. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Lee Kang-in. And that's a good ball. Well, now it's a race for the ball. He is just caressing the ball. And he shoots! That's another chance!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Gerrard. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. No goals as yet. Now this could be a chance. And Del Piero! He scored! What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And here's Dembele. Good effort from distance. Cannavaro. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now it's Vieri. Lee Kang-in. And he is deftly away. Big chance! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Pumas are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And the referee has blown for half-time.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in the second half, Peter, with control already established.
Thank you very much.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Substitution.
Down to business again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
The less said about that pass, the better. That's really well cleared. And they're back on the ball again. And here's Vieri. Vieri! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. It's all becoming so easy. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then
Takes a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Backward it goes. Look, can he finish? Oh, crossbar! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Now that looks a decent ball. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. That's a cute ball. No, that's been intercepted. Dorgu aimed beyond the defence. Well read, nice interception. Just about up to 75 minutes.
Bumazunam have turned up with a human block.
And Del Piero! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, the invitation was there, so he was right, in my opinion, to take it on. Alas, it was a technical flaw.
Lee Kang in, and it's Del Piero. That's a good run down the left. Shot a goal! Oh no, a quite unbelievable miss.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Time and again they are repelled. Now it's Del Piero. Nicely weighted ball. Vieri. Zanetti. Oh, it's played into the area. Rabiot. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Del Piero. He'll try from distance. Alessandro Del Piero. Another ice-cool goal. A finish of true class. They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Del Piero! And there's a goal! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
And that is that. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
And just a quick reminder today to
Your
please drink
reflections then, Jim.
responsibly.
Well,
Anyone
Peter,
appearing
I really
intoxicated will
couldn't see
behave
what...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I've been very impressed with this fella up in Meccano. We all know of his impressive record, but he's a lovely blend of athleticism and technical nous that he developed from quite an early age.
Chance! And he couldn't finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Now this could be it. And the shot! Brilliant from Shevchenko!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, easy pickings there. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Alexander-Arnold, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. That pass has been well intercepted. He's a sharp little ball here. He steps in, and that's the end of that. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Great ball if he can get there. Can he finish? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Azar conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Shevchenko, and he plays one through, and he can thump it away. And it's Messi, and he shoots! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Rabiot! That's a decent clearance. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Well read, nice interception. That's been cut out, well played.
Arsenal genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm... And the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Azar.
Manchester can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that's gone loose. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Dembele has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
There will be one
Alexander-Arnold, not the most accurate pass. Oh, good read. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
And we come to you now
What do you
with
look
a
back
quick
on the first
request for
45
support
minutes?
from our
Manchester
charity fund,
probably
Chance in
looking to
Football.
come in with a bigger lead, but overall I think there's plenty for them to be happy about. They should look to carry on as they are, although a little more composure in front of goal would be perfect.
So it has been pretty frantic
Substitution
here.
in progress.
Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So let's get the ball rolling.
Manchester can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Xavi, and he's decided to go for it. He's got away with one there. Alexander-Arnold. Azar. Dahari.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And here's Dahari! And there's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Arsenal restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
He has a look up. And they're quick to get it back. It's a pretty loose pass. Arsenal are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Upamecano. That pass isn't the best. Vardiol. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, that's a key interception. Searching pass he's played there. Azar. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Okazaki. Now then, the ball's come loose.
Arsenal really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Now that looks a decent ball. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He'll try from distance. In he goes again. Now, who's going to be first to this?
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
There will be 1 minute added time.
We are into overtime. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Longevity, loyalty, leadership, just a few of the words that spring to mind when you're watching the eternal Francesco Totti.
Yeah, he is truly unique, Peter. Easily one of Italy's greatest players, and some consider him to be the greatest of the lot.
And what sets him apart?
Consistency, and the way he has no real weaknesses in his game. Such great all-round ability. He really does excel all round.
Tries to play it through. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Van Dijk makes the interception. That has been slung wide. Messi. Dembele. He's a sharp little ball here. Totti. Van Dijk. Passes coming off in quick succession here. First quarter of an hour gone. Oh, it's Dembele. Now who's going to be first to this? It's a searching pass. That's good vision. That's been cut out, well played. Kubasi.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
And this is Shevchenko. Pau Kubasi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Inter Milan are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
Camavinga. Mbappe. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Shevchenko. Van Dijk. Nicely spread. This is a promising build-up. It's a really well-measured ball. Tonali. Totti. Spread to the right. Great vision. Tonali, Rice. Now he's got space here. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. Either side giving way. It has been tight. That has ended up in no man's land. And this is Shevchenko! Played towards the front line.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Takes the shot! Oh, he's been caught napping! That's the keeper's ball. So, a temporary halt to the action. And it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And a quick reminder
And
today
we are
that
up to the break.
parking in the area around the
Manchester
stadium is
certainly
strictly
have
forbidden.
plenty of
Please
positives
use
to
parking
take from that
provided by the
first
club
half,
or any
especially
other
the
paid
way they
parking
were able
facilities
to
in the
turn
area.
it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. Away we go again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy.
Chance for a shot! What a wonderful goal!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory He's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Substitution for Inter, number 19.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. So we have the first goal.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter. That's just playing it safe and simple.
That is a great pick out. And that's another good win of the ball. That pass has been well intercepted. Kamavinga. Can he get on the end of this?
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Messi. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for the run. Now it's Son Heung-min. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, it's Dembele. Strokes it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now. And the shot! And there's a goal! Inter are back in business! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. So a couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And here's Mbappe. Dembele. Can he finish? Goal! Inter! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
The goal scorer for Inter.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's a key interception. The most accurate pass. Dembele touches it back. And the shot! Oh, that could be pivotal!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Inter Milan now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline.
And it's been given away.
Coming
Now
on the
he's
field
running away.
is Number 2, Alexander-Arnold. 6 added minutes has been indicated.
Threads one in. Great chance! And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. It's starting to... Good chance here! It is close, but that is the last of it. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and
Shevchenko! Good effort first time.
Shevchenko cannot be faulted for trying. It was asking to be hit just a bit straighter.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, it's Van Basten. Xavi. Now that pass has been well intercepted. And it's Valverde. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Totti. And that interception was most necessary. And he shoots! And it's a goal! And there is your opener. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Andrei Shevchenko.
So, a breakthrough already.
Andrei Shevchenko.
Ronaldinho. And here's Van Basten. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. It's a promising position.
Madrid really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're...
He's having a hit! That is gorgeous from Raul! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
It's an old saying, but it's still as true as ever. The first yard's in the head, and look at the way he was so quick off the mark there.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
And here's Ronaldinho. Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
Van Basten really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Quality ball. That was good alertness. And Shevchenko! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that was nowhere near his best. Into the channel. Spread neatly. Picks up his had a shot!
Has been indicated.
He's got away with one there. This possibly the last play of the half. Rabiot! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And that signals the end of the first period. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So straight into the second half. Right, Shevchenko. Right, Shevchenko. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van Dijk calmly anticipates. And it's Messi. Xavi, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, and certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Van Dijk clears without hesitation, and smartly reclaimed. And here's Shevchenko, and this is Dembele. Raul. Ronaldinho. And this is Van Basten. Van Basten. Oh, it's Dembele. A lovely pass, but can he... Real chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? No, he couldn't get hold of it.
Ronaldinho probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
McAllister goes short. Ronaldinho. Van Dijk is there, and he can get that clear. That has been cut short. And it's Dembele. He's had it taken off him. Ronaldinho. Oh, that's a fine interception. Xavi. That is a great pick out.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Ronaldinho.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Valverde kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Dembele.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
There's a sharp little ball here. Can he finish? Another one of football's and how moments.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Madrid have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. Nicely spread. Now it's McAllister. There's the delivery. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Lovely bit of skill. It's run loose here. Madrid can try it again now. The message is simple. Defend this with your lives. McAllister plays it short.
There will be 1
Messi.
minute added time.
So just 1 extra minute for stoppages. He is through here. And this is Shevchenko. Shevchenko! And with that, the end. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get
Hello,
ready to lock
everybody, and
horns.
welcome to
This is
today's
football
match.
at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I'm a huge fan of Bukayo Saka. Someone always praised for his versatility, his attitude and his cleverness around the pitch. He has the potential to excel in all positions across that front line. But I'd personally like to see him as part of a front three. I think he operates best in that area.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show. And Shevchenko against the crossbar. Saka. Belletti. That's Beckham. And it's Conte. Bellingham. Ball played for Conte. David Villa. Alexander-Arnold promptly onto that, and that is that. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, great save! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
I'm a little surprised that he actually couldn't make that count. He's so good from that range. Often he'll find a net.
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Looking for options for movement. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Villa clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And this is Stoichkov. Alexander-Arnold spots it and intercepts. And the pass is intercepted. Costa Curta. Kante is onto it in a flash.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Spread to the right. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And he has shown him a yellow card. So perhaps now the breakthrough. 1-0! Just one winner! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
Bangladesh have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
He's beat Shevchenko! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Shevchenko clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. Defending of the desperate variety. Stoichkov. Now it's Shevchenko. Now then, the ball's come loose. Done delicately. And he's made sure that's not getting through. David Villa. Now Costa Curta.
Has been indicated.
Beckenbauer. David Villa does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And it's half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. So that was the first half,
Just a quick
and we will be
announcement.
back
We would
with the
like to
second
inform
half
you
shortly.
that CCTV is now in operation for your safety.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Shevchenko. Number 14.
Second period is on the way.
Min. Number 10.
Manchester really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Number 21.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Number 9, Mbappe.
Beckham. Now it's Stoichkov. Messi. That pass has been well intercepted. Bellingham. Oh, that's superb. Now it's Kante. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.